Okay, so at this point we have the first of our three main criteria set inside here. All right, so the next thing we need to do, according to our plan, is to create the appropriate zoning, right? We're going to get those zoning types converted into a rank by assigning a rank number to it for the overlay using our if-then statements, right, that came in the .cal file. So let's move down here, and we're going to actually come up with another line, graphical line in the model. All right, so we are going to add a field and then calculate it. Now we don't have to buffer the zones, so we are going to grab the old add a field tool, and we're not going to connect this to anything because we're not accepting anything from there. And then we're going to open this and tell it that what we want, and let's make sure to use this thing, is the Longmont zoning, and verify that it is indeed using the correct database. Okay, and I think we want to make this a short as well. Okay, and the field name that we want to create is zoning rank. Okay, let's go ahead and create that. Now we can run this. It says it's good. And let's see here. If we refresh this database, hopefully we can see our new field. Preview, table, and there's the zoning rank field. All right, so we got to do what we did before and run our calculate. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Grab our calculate tool, which is in data management fields, calculate field. So you see it's the same tool as the before. This time we're going to use this as the input table, and double click on it, and again we want to tell it, interesting, we want to populate zoning rank, and we want to use the zoning rank if got distracted for just a second, my bad. Okay, so remember we are going to calculate, so we've loaded this .cal file, and we can see that yes, it's looking for a field called zoning rank, and we do have one. That's good. And we want to click on Python. That's because that's what this syntax is. And just because we had that issue with the other one, I'm going to just do a bunch of deleting and maybe hit backspace just to make sure there's nothing beyond this 0. I don't know if there was any weird space down there. All right, let's click OK, and then we will run the tool. Okay. So here's what happens. We have this model saved, and we have created this. We've done this a couple of things. Let's see if we can refresh this real quick and just take a quick look at what Longmont zoning looks like. And you can see that the zoning rank from 0 to 5, which is what we want. Hopefully they are correct. And so what happens is, you do all this, you get something wrong, and somebody says, oh, well, what if you change the ranking on these things? Well, then you could just come in and change this tool, and then you could run the entire thing again, right? Validate the entire model, and let's see, run the entire model. Of course, you may have to, like, for example, this creates an output feature class. You might have to go through and delete this feature class, so that all of the things that get overwritten get created properly. This Longmont, like the zoning layer that we have here, it already has this field, so we don't actually need to run that anymore. But let's see. Yeah, zoning rank already exists. So you could see that it has now performed all of those tasks, and we're basically back to where we were, and we could just run the model. And so this is actually very useful if you want to, like I say, do these things in an automated fashion. You can also see that it has kind of documented the process that you use to get here. Obviously, you can flesh it out with a whole bunch of text and stuff, but generally this is kind of how this works. Okay, so let's see about the next step here, and we'll go on to the next video.